Hello everyone, and today's a different video because we're actually on Reddit. Ooh, I know. But we have one of very few leakers, and if you know me, I avoid leaks and anything like the fucking plague because they're all wrong. But this guy's credible. This guy's like 100% credible. The only thing that could make his leaks incorrect is if he was provided with incorrect information. What we know is that he's definitely a leaker and he's definitely got his stuff right. So we'll be looking at his profile, which, 43 days old, 0 followers. Very mysterious account here. Our user fate unknown. I suppose it's an alt account, perhaps, but specifically for the leaking, because their only active community is MK Leaks. But we'll just be looking at and I apologise because I'm not actually familiar with the desktop version of this. I went to the desktop version because, look, it's landscape. The app you can't change that. And this one actually has changed. Oh, I was going to say we'll view by oldest, but we'll start with the new stuff, right? So, basically, there's a gameplay reveal discussion, and this guy just says, "Enjoy Kenshi today." He's now saying, "Oh, Kenshi's going to be in the trailer today." That's not a leak, right? That is a very common prediction. I thought Kenshi would be in the game, maybe not in the trailer, but I knew he'd definitely return. But then he goes on to say he's a member of the Yakuza with heavy tattoos. You see them on his hands, and it's not yet blind. This is a Kenshi Mariod. That's basically honest for that. And then he elaborates, saying, "No more 3D characters revealed today, but you'll also see Johnny and a look at some stages, for example, Johnny Cage's mansion, where Johnny and Kenshi fight." That is all completely accurate to what happened in the trailer. We got the Cage Mansion stage. They were fighting over Sento. You could see the tattoos on Kenshi. He's a fucking crime guy now because they're fucking Robots Law. I digress. The interesting part here is, but in general, expect to see Lee Mei soon. Now, if you know me, Lee Mei is, from my personal bias standpoint, my favorite Mortal Kombat character. I love her. He's definitely my favorite hero, and that's why I'm concerned. Because NetherRealm cannot write a likable hero to save their fucking life. And with all the lore changes, I have to assume she is not the character that I loved in the 3D era. It just won't be. Considering right now the only character who's lore accurate is Johnny, who's just a Hollywood asshole. Like right now, he seems to be accurate to his true self. Katana is, her personality's intact, right? And her lore isn't too scuffed, but she is surrounded and connected to the weird Melina stuff. And turns out they're rolling out world. It's not Adenia, according to some mid-match dialogue, which is fucking criminal if that's the case. That was the one thing I was looking forward to. Adenia's back. But no, they just took the Adenia aesthetic and slapped it to parts of Outworld instead of just making Outworld look like Outworld. Thanks, guys. That's the most interesting leak there. If you want to go off the video, there's your character reveal. Basically, Lee Mei should be returning, which concerns me. Because she is my favourite character. But this game's premise, this game's story, it's fucked with so much that I am not even remotely excited. I am more concerned as someone who is a massively Mei fan, right? Like of course, when they decide to change the lore of all the characters is when they start to push in more 3D era characters. At least I assume they'll bring in more, considering, mainstays like Jax, Sonya, and Kano seem to be unplayable, or their cameos, essentially. Which does leave more room on the base roster, or the base roster has been shortened again. It's 24 now. Stop decreasing the fucking roster size. At least from the preview thing. I assume at full release you won't just see Shang Tsung just off to the side, but I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it is 24 now, which obviously isn't a big deal. It's one character difference, but as a decrease. And I've been talking about how the rosters need to increase. But yeah, Lee May, cool. But they're going to fuck up the story somehow, is my prediction. And that was the latest post. I haven't elaborated on anything. But yeah, this is basically where we learned that this guy is definitely a leaker, this post. Because this was before trailer. I guess I can't really confirm it now because it says 3 days ago, and the reveal trailer was also 3 days ago. But trust me, this was hours before the actual trailer. The guy somehow had information beforehand, and then you go to their profile. It goes on. I don't know what this is about. Hold on. We're doing some digging. There's going to get new characters. What a chance to see one revealed today. And I believe this guy was posting out literal new characters, like new characters, and what I believe is this guy's response is basically they're on about Kenshi, I think. So I think that's what that is. We go back, slow ass site. Obviously, MK11 meters are not returning, which that's true. We got the free bar meter back, for fuck's sake. Unfortunately, no new characters in this. Oh shit. Oh, okay. Wow. Wow. What was the other poster about then? I was not aware of that. That was the one thing I was looking forward to, man. Like they're already changing all the characters. Can we just get some actual new characters instead of just making new characters out of changed lore for existing characters? Single conference. Oh, are they replying to something? Oh, okay. Right. I just reply something. Forget about it. No new characters, basically. Wow. That's a massive shame. Now, I've always said there shouldn't be any more new characters. They are terrible at representing the existing characters it is. Why would you increase the amount of characters that you need to represent? However, I'm a writer now, and something I think NetherRealm actually kept doing consistently well for the most part. Aaron Black and I guess KOTOR aside. But new characters, they had great concepts for new characters. They never handled them well, except for like the Kombat kids, kind of. Even though that's quite subjective. But they were really good characters. They were really good concepts that you could take and do something cool if you're a writer like me. So I always enjoyed them, and also it just added some good variety because we've seen MK9. We know what a NetherRealm roster looks like when they don't have newcomers. It's just the trilogy peeps. Well, at least here we're getting more 3D era characters, right? But I don't think it's going to be a sufficient amount. But I assume there will be an increase, which I appreciate. Also, at Moon T's MK4 characters, I now feel like he was actually referring to MK4 characters, not trolling, because no new characters. We got 3 mainstays that are just off the roster. The cameos are underwhelming in terms of the roster because it's only 16 and a lot of those slots are taken up by base roster characters. Now, I said something completely wrong in the trailer. I was giving this game too much credit, basically, where I said, no, the base roster cameo section is separate to the 16. The 16 will just be unique, unplayable characters. And I was wrong. So, yeah, the cameos aren't even going to be kind of crazy in terms of obscurity, even though Ed Boon keeps promising it, and we know that the Compact DLC, the most obscure character there is a fucking Novato. And Novato was a big fucking deal in Data Alliance. Beat up like 5 characters. Killed Cabal, beat up Kenshi, kicked Kano's ass and kept him in prison, wrote him off the next game. In his conquest, he had an encounter with, like, Jax and Sonya, beat them up as well. Like, dude was a big fucking deal. And then people were like, where's Cabal? And they wrote him out. So, yeah, he should be more than a cameo, as far as I'm concerned. And if he's a cameo, I feel like Cabal's here somewhere. Although I don't feel he will be, like, base or support. I don't know anymore. I'm not sure. I do feel like there won't be NetherRealm original characters here, though. Except for DLC like Takeda you put in. But obviously, Kombat Kids can't be here in terms of, like, a logical story perspective. Although there is a story leak involved. We'll get to. Now, I don't know what they say false to. But yeah, that's what furthers this guy's credibility, because he will confirm and debunk things. Oh, this is the Finny fucking guy's roster. And yeah, they just say it's false. Which I respect. New characters. I have inside info and I have proof. If you check mod mail from me at the beginning of the month, you'll see what I mean. Oh. Well, there's some evidence there. I won't bother checking it out. That's not dope. Oh, this guy confirmed there's no crypt, basically, and Ed Boon, in a very recent interview, confirmed that the crypt's getting replaced. So again, this guy is 100% right. I cannot take anything this guy says as incorrect, which is crazy. It is crazy to see a 100% legit leaker just chilling on Reddit. Crazy times. But that's the thing, like actual credible MK leakers always come out, like, in the actual release of thing to the game, and not, like, afterward, like, oh, well, guess what, we're going to have a Combat Pack 3, and it's going to feature all your favourite radio characters, because no, that's not happening. I'll figure out about cameo fighters. I'm just going to make a quick assist. Yeah, that's true, right? Except I don't think it's really obscure. I think that's the obvious assumption, but that's why people don't like it. Because that's not a suitable alternative, and it's a goofy thing. This isn't loading. I swear this guy posted more. Because this guy's house quite new, so there's not much information here. But everything that is here is legit. This guy said more. I swear he did. Okay, so he confirmed a story leak, basically, which doesn't come from him, but he said it's accurate. And yeah, this guy, I don't know who this guy is. I guess we could also check him out. The guy who got this leak, because if it's considered accurate, then maybe his stuff's accurate. But basically, I focused on this bit. Basically, a story script. There's cameo Liu Kang, which, okay, so that suggests to me that Liu Kang's was going to have a cameo variant, which takes up another slot in the base 16. That's just an MK1 character. Wow, really obscure picks, guys. Titan Shang Tsung's Pyramid, the day variant. So that's going to be a stage, I guess. Evil Combat Kids. Charge says Dark takes on all four of the Combat Kids as they close in on the protagonist. Titan Katana arrives, presumably the one that was with Liu Kang in his ending. Titan Katana to protagonist. Allow me, snapping open the fence. Titan Katana charges his head, moving like a woman. She cuts down the Combat Kids. Blood flies to dismembered body parts, roll down the period. Protagonist runs up Titan Katana's side. Wow, just made the Combat Kids. So this one's very wild, you know? Like, I don't know what to take away from this. This is, presumably the story will be a mesh of both endings of Aftermath, which doesn't make sense, and no explanation will make sense of that to me. Like, you can go, well, there's multiple timelines happening at once. You're damn right there is, which is why it's so weird how Chronica will just pop in. That's why that never made sense. Seeing if your explanation is that doesn't make sense because of the MK11 stuff. And yeah, I don't understand all this Titan stuff. Like, no, Don't do the Titan stuff. Like, can you leave that behind? But yeah, we don't know who the villain is, and if this is correct, which according to this guy who's been correct about everything else so far, this is something to do with the story. We actually don't know the specifics here, but this looks fucking nuts. You know, again, this is not a hard reboot. It's keeping MK11 continuity in mind. Now, if this is like keeping the other ending canon, then we could see Sado in Chaos Realm. But since they're not even showing us fucking Edenia, it's just Outworld, then I don't have my hopes up for that. But maybe we'll get Hotaru and Havok. Havok's basically confirmed at this point. I have no evidence for that, but like surely he's in the game. He's literally the most wanted character, more than like any like original character, except maybe Smoke. I don't know. I don't hear much about Smoke now though. But yeah, this is very random, and we definitely need more context. Fight 68, by the way, there's a lot of specific information here. I do find it weird how it just says protagonist, but just say the cameo they're with, so I guess it'll be duo chapters essentially throughout the whole thing. You're just with a cameo, I guess. Or how would that work? Because there's only 16 cameos ago, and a lot of them don't even look like they fit in the canon. The cameos are characters in the base roster. Well, not even the base roster, just in general, they are classic variants of themselves, except for like weird Goro redesign. I have a ton of questions. So we don't really have clear answers here, but this is something. Very weird. Just very, very weird. Also, random point 5. It's just me. It's a chapter system. I don't know. I don't know anymore. So I checked the game FAQs. I think I did find his profile, but you can't even see their posts from the profile. So I don't know where I'm supposed to look for the specific stuff, but I found some stuff on Reddit. So basically confirmed that, yeah, some of the playable characters normally will be cameos, which, again, that's 100% accurate. And also, he made a post saying Reiko's back, and apparently he's been a trusted leak source as early as MK11, so, or maybe even earlier, but I saw an MK11 post about it. So, yeah, this is probably another guy worth looking into. That is definitely an actual leaker again. But they do seem a bit more cryptic with their stuff. But yeah, apparently Reiko's back, and that's another one. But yeah, I will leave it at that. I'm sure there's more defined information. And again, Reiko's not a character I really like, but one I'm not excited for anymore, considering what the movies did to him. And also, Shao Kahn's like gone, it seems. Is he going to become Shao Kahn? Will they go back to that old law? I'm scared. That's how fucking scared I am that they're going to go to that law. But I don't know. I'm not going to think hard about it. There is just your information. Li Mei's back, apparently. Reiko's back, apparently. Titan stuff is in the story, apparently. And there's no crypt, although we do have Ed Boon confirming that now. So, yeah, thanks for watching this video. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.